Here's the truth about candle compression. Have you ever noticed candles on a chart suddenly getting smaller and tighter together? At first glance, it can look boring, like the market is doing nothing. But in reality, this is often where the biggest moves begin. Professional traders pay very close attention to these moments because tight candles usually signal one thing: a buildup of pressure. Think of the market like a spring. When price moves aggressively, the spring expands. But when candles begin compressing, when volatility drops, when price starts moving sideways in a tight range, that spring begins winding tighter and tighter. Eventually, the market has to release that energy. And when it does, price often explodes into a breakout. What candle compression really means: when candles get smaller, buyers and sellers are becoming balanced. Volatility decreases, momentum slows temporarily. This phase is called compression or consolidation. You'll usually notice smaller candle bodies overlapping wicks tighter price movement. The market is essentially pausing and deciding where it wants to go next. But here's the important part. Compression is often followed by expansion. Large moves are commonly born from small candles. Why traders watch tight candle ranges? A tight range tells traders that liquidity is building. Stops begin stacking above the range, below the range. This creates fuel for the next move. Institutions know where traders place stops, and many times, price will briefly move beyond the range just to trigger those stops before reversing or accelerating. This is why understanding breakouts matters so much, because not every breakout is real. Some are traps. The difference between real and fake breakouts: most beginner traders enter the moment price touches resistance, but experienced traders usually wait for confirmation. The first thing they look for is this: did the candle actually close outside the range? A wick through resistance means very little, but a strong candle body closing above the level shows real participation. That's your first clue the breakout may be genuine. The next confirmation: expansion. Remember how candles were small during compression? Well, during a real breakout, candle size suddenly expands. You go from tiny candles to a large impulsive move. That shift tells you volatility is returning to the market, and volatility is where opportunity lives. Volume is extremely important. A breakout without volume is suspicious. If price moves above resistance, but volume stays weak, the move may fail quickly. But when volume surges during the breakout, that's a sign traders and institutions are participating. One of the strongest sequences in trading is compression, low volume, then sudden expansion with high volume. That combination often leads to powerful continuation. The highest probability entry. One of the best breakout entries is not the breakout itself. It's the retest. Here's how it works. Price breaks above resistance, then comes back down to test the level. But instead of falling back inside the range, it holds. The old resistance now becomes support. This is called a support and resistance flip, and it's one of the cleanest confirmations traders use, because now the market is proving the breakout was accepted. Why fake breakouts happen? Markets move where liquidity exists, and many traders place stops in obvious locations. So institutions sometimes push price slightly above resistance or slightly below support, just enough to trigger breakout traders, then reverse the market hard in the opposite direction. This is called a liquidity sweep or stop hunt. And once you begin recognizing these traps, you start seeing the market very differently. The simple breakout checklist. Before entering any breakout trade, ask yourself: did price compress first? Did the breakout candle close outside the range? Did candle size expand? Did volume increase? Did the level hold on a retest? The more yes answers you have, the higher the probability of the trade. Final thoughts. The market moves in cycles. Expansion, compression, then expansion again. The key is learning patience during the compression phase, so you're prepared when the real move begins.